Welcome back, you guys. If you're familiar with the channel, then you know I'm a big fan of mixtapes. Being a mixtape DJ myself, it's just been a hobby of mine to collect those since the very beginning. And I think I bought maybe my first mixtape back in the mid 90s, probably 94, 95, somewhere in there. Might have been a little earlier than that. But today I want to talk about some mixtapes and some mixtape DJs from my hometown of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Um, I don't have as many tapes from Milwaukee as I'd like to because, mixtapes generally back in those days were anywhere between uh, 10 and maybe $20 a piece. I didn't have that kind of money back in 93, 94. Uh, so I had to just pick up a tape here and there. And then some tapes I acquire from, buddies and fellow DJs. I'm going to show you some of those as well. But it wasn't until way later and that I would find a lot of tapes just in general, and I could actually afford them. And a lot of the prices came down, especially when cassettes kind of went out of style and CDs started coming in. And depending on where you were, in the country, you might be able to. Well, I will say that I have found some incredible finds, and I'm going to do some videos about some of that stuff one of these days here. Anyway, like I said, I want to focus on some Milwaukee stuff. Um, and I pulled out 10 of my favorite Milwaukee DJ mixtapes. Let's talk about them. Okay, so first of all, my first tape that I want to show you is from a homeboy of mine, DJ Toxic T. Now, Toxic T, he would just record and just put it on a regular tape. He didn't do the whole cover thing or anything like that. Toxic T, me and this guy was really, really tight. This dude was raw. He was as raw as they get. There's a video I did. I think it's called The Best of Daryl's DJ Spotlight. I do believe I posted it, but I'm not sure. I have to check that out. I'm pretty sure it's on this channel somewhere. If not, I gotta upload that. Anyway, it shows some little footage of Toxic T getting down. Toxic T was not only like an ill club DJ, and keep in mind when I say club, I want you to understand that this was during times when in the club you could still play stuff like Tribe Called Quest and Special Ed and Wu Tang and stuff like that. You could still play that in the club, and people would actually be dancing to it. So he was not only an ill club DJ, but he was an ill battle DJ. And we were even in DJ battles together and whatnot. Man, just a cool, down to earth dude, man. We go way back. But I was fortunate enough, to get that tape from him back in the day. And I've had it all of this time. It's one of my favorite mixtapes from Milwaukee, and it's just him on here getting busy, cutting it up crazy, and he was doing all of this what they call crab scratching, like way before a lot of you know some of these more well-known DJs were doing it. He had a mixer where he was able to manipulate that sound and get that same sound, but using a different technique in doing it. Anyway, he's still around. He's still killing the turntables, producing great music. So make sure you look this guy up, DJ Toxic T. Next up, we got the homie DJ New Styles. Now, DJ New Styles, he was a lot younger than a lot of us. So he was like the little brother of, all of the DJs. He was like the young guy. New Styles was an ill MC. Once again, great DJ, great battle DJ. And later on, he got into b-boying and all of that. I don't know how many mixtapes he have. I know I have at least 3 or 4 from him. This may very well be his first mixtape. I'm almost sure of it, that this was the first mixtape that he had ever done. Again, just pure rawness on this tape. I have footage on this channel of New Styles battling. I'm pretty sure I do. I have a lot of raw footage of a lot of this stuff I'm telling you guys about that is either uploaded or I gotta upload it. Anyway, New Styles went on later on to DJ for Digital Underground for several years. He was their tour DJ, and he's done some great things. He's still killing it in Milwaukee. The guy's been all over the world, and I'm just this is one of those tapes where I'm probably one of the few that probably still has this tape, and I'm wondering if New Styles even has a copy of this one himself. I don't know. Yo, holler at me, New Styles. Let's see what else you got out there. But this was ill. You know what I mean? Next up. Oh, this is great. This is a tape from the homie DJ Greg Waugh. Now, Greg was the DJ for a group in Milwaukee called Boot Camp. Not the boot camp from Brooklyn, the Milwaukee boot camp, the first boot camp. What's interesting about boot camp is these guys were like the most, what would I call it? They were all dreadheads, and that whole style, super underground with their rhymes and performance, extremely pro-black. They were all like college educated, and they were all like teachers and instructors, and you know what I mean, high school and college instructors, and teaching the young ones, and they just had this aura about them, this spirit, they had this incredible black power movement, in Milwaukee, and they were like the nicest guy. Greg Waugh was just the nicest, most laid back, cool, soft spoken dude you ever met. And me and Greg was real cool. And I forgot where we were, but we were somewhere, and he just walked up to me and he gave me this tape. Let's see if you can see what that says. He just handed me this tape and he said, "Hey, this is mostly No Limit." And he just kind of giggled and walked off. Now, he kind of giggled because No Limit, like, that's the stuff that we wasn't really checking for. We might have to play that in the club somewhere because Master P and all of them was super huge at the time. But to go as far as, like, actually making a mixtape about No Limit Soldiers, nah, we wasn't really doing that. Nobody was really doing that. But this is what he did. So if you can imagine, if you can remember all of those early No Limit 12 inches and those songs and all of that, he had like doubles, and he was going doubles on this tape and cutting it up and just getting busy on here. And I thought that was the coolest thing. If there was ever somebody who could take some No Limit and cut it up, you know what I'm saying, and rock doubles of it on a whole cassette, why not a pro-black, dread-headed, DJ from one of the illest underground groups that Milwaukee ever produced. This is incredible. So I love this tape just because of how different it is and how different he came on this one. And make sure that you look up some of that boot camp stuff. And it's boot and then camp is spelled with a K, K-A-M-P. Some of their stuff is like really, really expensive and hard to get because it's highly collectible. But I think there's some more reasonable stuff out there. So if you're into vinyl, and they have some cassette stuff, and they also have some CD releases. So big ups to DJ Greg Wall. Haven't seen or talked to that brother in many years, but I want to send some love out to him. Next up, we have Dr. B from B-Boy Productions. Dr. B is a big-time DJ from Milwaukee, still doing his thing, still killing the clubs. He's been doing it since forever, very well known, and he put out a lot of mixtapes back in the day. Now, Dr. B had a certain style to his tapes. So many of them, where he used like maybe a 4-track or something on it. So all his tapes are like very clean and very, basically put together using machinery. Doc B, as far as I'm concerned, is known for his creativeness. You can tell that he spent a lot of time in his lab putting records together and making sure that they fit just perfectly. So this is B-Boy Productions Volume 6. Now, I could have grabbed any one of his mixtapes to basically showcase to you, but Volume 6, I believe, was the first tape that I ever bought from him. And I love the intro. I'm not going to describe it. You'll just have to get your hands on the Volume 6. The intro is what really caught me. I love the intro that he did. It's very creative, and I thought that was just super cool. So yeah, that's the homie right there, Doc B, B-Boy Productions, stopping the violence and increasing the knowledge. Big ups to the homie. Next up, we just have another regular tape by my homeboy DJ Davey D. Now, Davey D was my Chicano homeboy. He not only spun rap music, but he also spun like house music. Outside of Chicago, in my humble opinion, when it came to house music and house music DJs, nobody was doing it like the homeboys in Milwaukee. And so I'm gonna eventually make a video spotlighting more of the house DJs from Milwaukee that I have tapes from. I don't have a lot of them. Actually, I do have a lot of them, don't I? Anyway, I'm gonna be spotlighting those guys. But this is a tape that Davey D used for just straight up rap music. So I love this tape. It's just a recording he had, gave me a copy. I just grabbed the first, empty case that I had and put his name on the spine. And this is how I've rocked it for all of these years. He never made any like cover art or anything like this. So this is just how I've left it all of these years. And I just think it's super cool that, cats like him, I still have their tapes for all of these years. And they're from guys that are just super creative and super raw. Davey was also a club DJ. He had his crew and all of that, and all of us was just making our rounds all around the city. So I was kind of cool, with everybody. I met Davey because I used to do a public access show called Daryl's DJ Spotlight, and I would just go all around the city and hook up with these DJs and record them. So it might be in a club, it might be at a DJ battle, it might be at a store, you know, a business. It could be in their crib, in their basement, in their attic, whatever it took. You know, speaking of stores, I gotta say big ups to Spontaneous, an incredible Chicano owned hip hop spot. I think they've been going for quite a while. And big ups to Envisions that's still around. Uh, incredible Chicano owned hip hop spot. Still doing their thing. If you are ever in Milwaukee and you are into hip hop, especially my brown brothers and sisters, that type of culture and flavor, you got to check out Envisions in Milwaukee on the south side. Big ups to them people, and big ups to you, Davey D. Next up, we have DJ NK. Now, DJ NK was very well known as being one of the illest turntablists, if you will, in Milwaukee. The guy was raw, he was talented, the guy could cut anything up. He entered a lot of battles. He always placed, you know, first, second. I don't think he's ever been any lower than second place. But this dude was bad to the bone. Now, he released a number of mixtapes over the years, but this one was his first. And he did this with his homeboy, DJ Critical. There's some skits on here, and just, it's really raw rap all over this thing. Of course, you got the A side and the do side. Haven't heard from RK in some years now, but I know many years later he started putting out more tapes. Many years after I got this tape, he started putting out more, and then he was releasing stuff on CD, and I have to show you some of those tapes. I did I think I did a video about my Chicano and Latino mixtape collection. I think I did. I think I did. But we'll have to see. I'll have to go back and check. I know I did a video about all of my mixtapes that were from Chicago DJs. So if you want to see some ill stuff on there, go check out that video. But back to NK. Man, I bet nobody has this tape but me. I'm willing to bet nobody else has this tape, which is another reason that makes this tape so special. NK, if you see this, nothing but love for you, brother. Now, next up, we got Robot Rock, Rock at Your Own Risk, Hip Hop Volume 1. Volume 1. Now, I'm going to just put this out there. This is the homeboy, Robot Rock, one of my DJ crew members, along with Medicine Man. We were Phono Funk Productions. You know, we had our mobile DJ company, and we did it all. Radio, clubs, we did, you know, weddings, school dances, park jams. We did it all. You understand what I'm saying? And anything that the homeboys put out, any kind of mixes or tapes or whatever that they put out, I was on it. So, simple and plain, the homeboy had to be on this list because it's my list. You understand what I'm saying? So, big ups to the homeboy, Robot Rock. Now, next up, this is a tape called The Stork Club Sessions, Volume 1. This is done by DJ Selt 1 and DJ YB. Now, there was a store, you know, I moved away in 98, and I would go back home. I think it was I think it was out here maybe 5 years before I started traveling back to Milwaukee and visiting almost every year. And on one of those early visits, there was a store called Lotus Land. Probably one of the best stores that Milwaukee ever had. Lotus Land was owned by the homie Kid Millions and then Tom and Andy Noble. They were all partners in that store. Um, I am almost positive this is where I got this tape. Because YB and Celt One were homies with the owners of that store of Lotus Land. In fact, on YB's set towards the end, there is a performance by Kid Millions and DJ Malcolm from Citizen King. And again, these were live sessions, so they were at a club and they just basically recorded their sets. If you dig underground music and you dig some good scratching and some beat juggling and that whole kind of thing, this is the tape for you. One of the very few rap related live mixtapes that I even own. So the fact that it was live, it makes it that much more cooler. I know me, when I'm spinning live and I know that I'm being recorded, I like get super nervous and start making all kinds of mistakes. But this tape is very special. It's just they captured a lot of coolness, and you can hear the crowd, and you can hear the fact that they're in a club, and I just think that's what makes this tape really super cool. So I got mad love for YB, Celt One, Kid Millions, and of course the homie DJ Malcolm for putting together this great piece right here. All right, we have two more left. Now, one I really want to show you is my man, DJ Rock D. Funking Your Head Up. This is volume 9. No, this is volume 10. Rock D was probably, well, not probably. Rock D was my favorite DJ from Milwaukee. Everything about his style was super cool. He was like a super outgoing guy, super engaging, great bubbly personality. He was absolutely ill on the turntables. He was a party rocker. He is one of those people that kind of was like a little bit of everything. Great mixer, great party rocker. He was just a funky dude. If I had to describe him in one word, it would be funky. Sadly, he passed away. I believe it was 2007, if I'm not mistaken. 2007, 2008, somewhere in there. And I don't know, this is, I remember coming home to visit one summer, and I ran into him at this club that he spun at, and it was all love, and he had mixtapes on him. He's like selling mixtapes. I was like, yo, give it here. Give it up, you know what I mean? And this is that very tape. I've had it for all these years. I did have volume 9. I don't know what happened to it. And he also used to spin a lot of house music in addition to rap and R&B, because he was like a hardcore club DJ. He used to do listening parties. I remember when Usher first came out, he came to town, and Rock D was spinning his listening party. And it was the first time I heard You Used to Love Me by, oh God, I just forgot her name. Faith Evans. The song wasn't out, nobody knew about it, and he was like rocking doubles of it. I'll never forget that. He was the tour DJ for Gumbo, another great Milwaukee rap group. This guy's been all over the place. He's been literally all over the place and doing everything DJ related you could possibly think of. Clubs, radio, records, the whole nine. This guy he was that guy. So I don't know if anybody out there from Milwaukee sees this and you got some Rock D mixes. I need them, man, because I don't have enough. I only have a few. I only have less than a handful, and I need more. If this is volume 10, I need 1 through 9. Please, somebody help me out, all right? Rock D, miss you, brother. And last but not least, we got to give some attention to yours truly, Daryl D. How you like that? This was a tape. I just called it the D. I found this picture in some rap magazine, except the dude who was really on here, he had like a baseball cap pushed to the back, and he was like on a skateboard or something. And so I took it to this one cat I knew at the time, and I was like, hey, can you take that hat off of him and make him bald and put him on the record? He's like, yeah, no problem. So that's what he did. And this is the cover. I love this cover. I always wanted to put this on a t-shirt one of these days. But this is the result of that. It's just pure rap music on here. Just me messing around on the tables. And I think I made a few volumes of this tape. But I'm not exactly sure. So this was one of my early tapes. This might have been like maybe the 5th or 6th tape that I ever put out. And this was definitely mid-90s. You know what I mean? But I love this tape. I love this cover. And it is, you know, my favorite mixes are my mixes. You know, except when I, you know, make a horrible mistake or train wreck or something. And my scratching is not the best on a lot of these tapes. But, hey, you gotta love me, right? That's right. So anyway, those are the 10 tapes, 10 of my favorite Milwaukee mixtape cassettes from my collection. There's a few more that maybe we'll show another video on, another time on another video. But I just wanted to share those with you for right now. So if anybody has any of these mixes, I'd be really shocked to see if anybody's still holding on to any of that stuff. But anyway, that'll do it for now. Thank you guys for hanging out. My name is Daryl D. And I'll see you next time. Peace and love.